Welcome to Chisholm Trail 61. Today we're going to be doing one of my favorite dishes. I'm going to show you how I fix the best tasting old-fashioned bread pudding you ever put in your mouth. And I'm going to show you how to do that coming up right now. Okay, what we're going to need to do is first, you need to get about 4 to 6 cups of bread and just break it up in chunks. Now it needs to be day-old bread. But anybody tell you don't use fresh bread for bread pudding. I like to use biscuits myself for my bread pudding, but you can use light bread or biscuits. You just so long as day-old bread. What I do is I just put them in the freezer and my freezer bag and keep them frozen until I get them get enough of them, and then I take maybe some bread pudding. But anyway, for the custard you're gonna need 3 eggs. Now we got 3 eggs in the pan here. We're going to beat them, and what we're going to do, we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. We're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. We're going to add 1/2 a teaspoon of cinnamon, and we're going to add 1/2 a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're going to beat that up. We're going to mix that up good. And that's going to be our custard for our bread pudding. You stir it up real good. Get it beat around good so it's mixed up good. You notice I got my bread separated here. I got about half of it in this bowl right here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take and I'm going to pour about half of my custard in on top of my bread. About like so. Grab me a spoon here, and I'm just going to sort of stir that around a little bit. Just stir it around a little bit, and then what we want to do is we're going to mix our fruit in with it. I got about 2 cups of apples. Now you can use any fruit you want to. I'm just going to mix about half my fruit in there, and I'm going to stir that in. And then we're going to pour the other half of the bread in. The bowl just was big enough, wasn't it? So I'm going to go ahead and pour the other half of my fruit in. And then I'm going to pour the rest of my custard in on top of it. We're just going to stir that up. Good. We just want to get that stirred up good. Get it sort of mixed. And what we're going to do, we're going to let this sit here for just a few minutes, and then we'll bring you back for the next step. Okay. We've let that sit for just a minute there, and what we got here, we got 3 tablespoons of butter and 2 cups of milk. And we're just going to sort of mix our milk and butter together. Get that mixed in together. Good. Now you can use any type of milk. You can use evaporated milk, regular milk, it doesn't matter. And what we're going to do, we're just going to pour this over. We want to let that cinnamon and stuff soak into our bread there for a minute or 2 first. We're going to pour about half of that over it, and we're going to give her a little bit of a stir. That way we got that cinnamon stuff, cinnamon and nutmeg and our vanilla extract and stuff mixed into our bread already. You can see how it's changed the color of it there. We're going to pour some more milk on it. We're going to give it another stir. What we're doing, we're just incorporating all of our stuff into our bread here. And we're going to pour the rest of our milk out there. Milk and butter. We're going to give it a stir. And what we're going to do, we're going to let this set for 15, 20, 30 minutes, however long it takes. Every few minutes, 5, 10 minutes, we're going to come by and we're going to give it a stir. And then once everything in this bowl is good and soggy, I mean good and wet, then we'll bring you back. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. We've been stirring about every minute or a couple of minutes there, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And you can see it's all good and moist now. Now you can bake this in a casserole dish or whatever. I'm going to bake it in a bundt pan. I got about a tablespoon of butter melted in my bundt pan and spread around there. A little bit of grease on it. I'm just going to spread this out. Try to spread it as evenly as I can around my bundt pan here. If a little bit falls out, then we'll get it straightened up later there. But I just want to get it spread out around here as evenly as I can. And we can even it out if we need to whenever we get it all in there. We want to get all of it in there though. And what we're going to do now, we're going to just go around and we're just going to press it down real good. We want to get it pressed down good. I mean, try to get all the air out of it. Just make it sort of go together. Just form like one solid sheet there, one solid piece. And you can even it out, you know, at this point doing this here. We get it all evened out like it. We're going to just let it sit right there for 1 hour and then we'll be back. Okay, we've had it setting for an hour, and just in full disclosure, whenever you mix your sugar and eggs and cinnamon and nutmeg, you can add your milk and butter at that point and stir it all together if you want to. I just do mine like this, put my mixture in and then add my milk and butter later to give my bread a chance to soak up the cinnamon and the stuff before it gets diluted with the milk and butter. But we have 1 tablespoon of butter melted here, and what we're going to do, we're just going to drizzle it sort of out over the top of our pan here. Just sort of sprinkle it around, just get a little bit around. It doesn't have to be anything perfect or anything like that. We're just spreading it around. Going to let it just sort of soak in there. And we got our oven preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to put this in the oven, and it's going to bake for 45 to 55 minutes. We'll check it at 45 minutes, and then we'll see what it looks like. And we'll bring you back when it's done, and we'll get ready to take it out of the oven. Okay, we got our bread pudding out of the oven. It's been setting for probably close to an hour cooling. You can see how it's brown on top and started pulling away from the sides there. And we're just going to try to dump it out of there onto this plate. And there we go. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to fix is a drizzle to go on top of it, a glaze to go on top of it. What I have here is 1 cup of powdered sugar. I got 2/3 of a cup of vanilla extract. I have 2/3 of a teaspoon, I'm sorry, 2/3 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this, and we're going to mix it up. And when we get to the consistency that we want, then we'll drizzle it over our I'll hold that up where y'all can see. We drizzle it over our bread pudding there. Yeah, that's looking pretty good right there. Boy, it ain't that often that you hit it right on the first time. Usually you have to add a little bit and add a little bit and add a little bit. But we just want to stir this until we get it good and smooth. See how it's smoothed out there? And then we're just going to drizzle it right over our thing here. Just go all the way around. Let that glaze get on there. There we go. Now we got us a good glaze on there. Set all this stuff out of my way there. We're going to cut us a little piece and try it. I know it's still hot yet, but we're going to try it. That glaze will harden up eventually, but I mean, it's not right now, but I can't wait to get into it myself, so I'm just going to cut me a little piece of it out here. And then we're going to try it and see. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see that cinnamon and stuff in it. Glaze on it. That's going to be some good bread pudding, I can tell you already. We're going to try us a little bite of it. I want to get some of that glaze too. Get me some of that apple there. Man, if that ain't the best bread pudding you ever put in your mouth, it should be. That is some good bread pudding. Hey, we're going to go ahead and call this a day so I can eat me some more of this bread pudding. I can't wait to get in that stuff, man. I love that stuff. But we're going to end this video here. If you would, give it a thumbs up, share, comment, like the video, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all those that do. We appreciate all of y'all that take time out of your day to watch our videos. We'll be back around on the next one. We'll see y'all then.